got snacks because my blood sugar's a little low. So we're gonna chill here for a bit. Whew, I feel a little better. Oh, jeez. Let's grab this. You're fine. I really do wish I had like some sort of sink. We'll work on that when we get there. Might get one of those foot pump ones that people use for camping. Might get one of those and just fill it up with the hose. That'd be nice. Hello, person. big old jug of water for my paint. Gotta clean the garage too. I got these cool Kool-Aid pouches. If you pay attention to the Facebook. Really. Isn't that the coolest shit? It's I like it, it's cool. I'll have to buy a whole bunch more of them. Let me switch out these colors, only because I'm painting a different piece when not on camera. I'm tempted on creating a Patreon and put paintings that I don't do on live that are a little bit more edgy and provocative. I might put them on there. You know, that way it also helps the channel a little bit. Yeah, you know, the usual stuff. Oh. I also moved the camera a little bit, so it won't be hard to see me. Well, you know, me in the way of the painting, rather. This place is so messy. I was painting a different piece. What's up, dude? I was painting last night until about 4 in the morning, so all of my paints are literally on the floor. Because I just sat on the floor and just painted for however long, 4 hours. So I try to tell people, like, I'm constantly painting, even when I'm not behind the camera. Constantly painting. It's like literally the only thing that I do besides eat and sleep. Let's see. That can go there. That. Grab this. Got these things. Here we go. And that way I'll sit here and you can see more of what I'm doing. I moved the camera from where it is right here, from over here to the corner where I'm looking at. So there's a little bit more ability or range to see. And that way, when I do my other page, Total Goal, which is more vlog-ish, less art stuff, I can just move the camera and film over there. Because it was kind of pulling and it was a weird angle. So I just kind of moved it more in the middle of that shelf. And it worked great. So he either does them before I wake up or when I'm not home. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I mean, at least I saved my lives. You can always watch them if you want. I have weird hours, so sorry. I mean, to be fair, you do have weird hours too. This is true. So, I was just saying earlier, I got a whole bunch of these. And they glow in the dark too. I'm keeping all of them, and I'm gonna be I'll put them fucking somewhere in the garage. So yeah, I'm trying slowly but surely to get this set up a little bit more. I hung a whole bunch more art. I bought a whole bunch more frames. This one isn't ready to be framed yet, but I'll probably frame this because it's doing that. I don't like these boards, but it's turning into a boat. This one is too, but I'm still painting on it, so if it works, it works. It's just gonna work. Let me find my pokey, slicey, stabby thing. Oh, there it is. Oops. And what I might do here soon, because what this has is it has this glass panel here, and my art doesn't fit if it has that glass panel. Let me not drop this in the studio. See, big old glass panel. I'm gonna go throw this away real quick so it doesn't end up in my feet. I'll be back. Hi, KI. Or KL. Sorry, I read that wrong. Everything is pretty good. I'm putting, working on this one, and I'm putting one in the frame right now. I love cardboard because it gives me the ability to use it for paint stuff. Which way is the thing? Okay. This is always the super sketchy part. I've had one snap, that's the thing. I hate these so much. I don't know why I bought them again. Probably because I hate myself. I mean, like, there's a quarter line of where I'm just like, I like torturing myself. So I think that's why I got this. Again. It's so hot in here, guys. I might have to do later tonight. It's so hot in here. Like, I'll turn on some fans, but I got that fan running. I got this fan over here. I don't have an AC in here yet. Yeah, this one's so bent that I gotta. It's not wanting to stay, so I gotta keep that in there. Might have to put some heavy on it. Where's my mask? I have other ones, so I'm not worried if I lose it, but I'm trying to not, lose it. But I think I have. So, let's try that. I got more of these. Do another layer of clear coat on it. Almost dropped it. There you go. See a little bit more vibrancy. So we'll toss this over here. I do have an art show coming up in October. In Virginia Beach. So if you live in the area, I'd love to see you there. Once it gets closer to the date, I'll put the location in the description. But for right now, I'm just kind of touching on it. Something friggin' I know. Yeah. That one's for this one. Close this. I might need black actually, something like that. White. Might need gray. Greens. Yeah, it's so close to ew, set on the clear coat can. It's so close to fall and winter. I mean, it was literally 91 degrees yesterday. It rained all night, and now it's like 90 something degrees now, and it's late September in Virginia. What the fuck? So it's just weird weather, but it's so close to fall and cooling down. God, I hope so. That I'm just gonna buy it in spring because there's no reason. I got a stove in here. Like, ooh, quick peek behind the background. Oh nope, can't pull you that far. Sorry. I tried. I got a stove here, like a wood burning stove. And so if it gets too cold in here, I can just heat it up with that. It's why it's in here. So I can stay warm more than I can stay cool. And I paint more in the winter anyway because I can't do all my other stuff. That's why I've been yeah, and that's why that's why I have been trying to do every other day so that way look, I don't get overstimulated with painting. I get stimulated by being behind the camera. Or overstimulated by being behind the camera. It's just a lot for me. Every other day I can do. Like I missed yesterday because I passed out and stayed up for 4 hours. So if I miss a day, I'll do somewhat 2 days in a row. I mean, I guess. I mean, even with my schedule, I'll end up doing 2 days in a row at one point in the week. Because the idea is like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Tuesday. I don't do Thursdays because I got therapy, and if I don't do therapy, I'm gonna end up on the news. So just too much up here. So I save Thursdays for therapy, but I have done streaming after towards the afternoon. So Thursdays more or less aren't super, but I wouldn't do it at this point in the day, if that makes sense. So I'm trying to shift to every other day so that way I can just do stuff. Like you guys saw that I have motorcycles in the background. I ride motorcycles. That's what Total Goal is. It's mainly motorcycles and vlogs and stuff. And originally it was supposed to be just that, and then I started painting, and then I did a short, and it just took off. My second short got like 1.9 thousand likes, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm painting. So it just exploded from there. Originally it was just Total Goal, and then on the off season I was painting, but now I'm painting full year round. I have to have some buffer, so that's why I paint every other day. I'm gonna drink that. 1.9 thousand views in 5 hours. That's awesome, dude. I'm proud of you. Everybody give a W for Dab and Dave in the chat. That's really good for a man. He's just starting out like me. He's on Twitch, right? You're on Twitch? Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to make you a logo or something. I don't know. If you have stickers, give me a big sticker and I'll put it on a canvas. And he says he streams on Twitch, but all his stuff gets uploaded on YouTube. We are very proud of Gavin Dave, one of my moderators. It's so hot in here, holy shit. Like, it started to cool down in the bed now that I have this. I might open the door. I had to cancel a live. I'm kind of sketched to open the door, even this big one or this one over here, because I had a mouse in the fucking garage the other day. Like, I got it out, but it was a real bitch. He would run from right here to the garage door, and then he would run all the way back over here towards the camera set. And there's wires upon here. I mean, I got the camera, I got the computer, my wiring harness on both motorcycles. Like, there's so much wiring that if a mouse starts to chew, I may or may lose more than like $100 or $200, and I can't afford that just yet. So, oh shit, there's my mask on the other side of the garage. So I was like, I gotta get this mouse out. So I ended live because I moved my motorcycle and I ended up falling on it because it ran under my motorcycle between my legs, and when I moved, I just dropped my motorcycle and landed on top of it. So I was like, yeah, I'm stopping the live and getting rid of this mouse, which I eventually did, but it was a lot. So I kind of have like a current phobia of opening that garage door, because I don't want another mouse to get in. I guess I could like open. It's so hot outside though that like if I open the door, I'm just gonna get more hot. So I'm just waiting for the fans to kind of cool it off in here. Can you hear the fans at all? I'll shut up for a minute. Can you hear the fans at all? Oh, word. Sweet. Okay, cool. If you can't hear the fans, then that's fantastic. Faintly. I'd rather do faintly than being like Darth Vader trying to whisper in your ear or something, so. That's always a nuisance. We're gonna work on this today. Like I was planning to say earlier today, let me get over here. I am planning to start a Patreon for more of the edgy and provocative pieces. Like I have 1, 2, 3 or 4 that are kind of YouTube wouldn't like them. Twitch probably wouldn't like them either. And art is kind of meant to like give that stomach punch, that chest punch. My favorite quote about art is meant to disturb the comforted, or disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. And I try to make my art as to do that. So a lot of my more provocative and edgy pieces will probably go on the Patreon. And the Patreon will help fuel the channel a little bit too. Sponsors help, but right now I'm sponsored by Dubby. I just got sponsored, just got approved. And I'm waiting for my s'mores. Waiting for that. And yeah, So that'll be fun. But I only get a percentage of the sale. I don't get the whole sale or anything like that. It's just it's a little change my way, just pennies on the dollar. So that helps the channel 100% still. I'll leave the discount code in the description when the feed's done. Actually, I could probably. If you order from Dubby and use the promo code MVA Dubby, you'll get 10% off. Yeah. Oh, it went out again. So, yeah. Try that out. I'll probably drink them on stream. Says it has caffeine in it, and I'm a big coffee drinker. And what got me on them was they are coffee fruit extracts instead of like taurine and like actual chemicals. They extract their caffeine from coffee beans. Instead of it just being an entire chemical, huge, compilation to keep you awake. It's a bit more naturally derived. I would put it as, I guess. And I don't like energy drinks. They give me very big shakes, very big headaches. So I'm interested to try these guys. And I'm me. I'm pretty brutally honest. So. So, like I said, it's not much. It's like if you order a tub, it's like $3 my way, maybe just under or over $3. So yeah. And then I'll be doing, like I said earlier, I'll be doing a show in Virginia Beach in October. And I'll be bringing all of these. I'll be bringing that one, 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 that one. That one, probably that one. Not that one, not that one. Definitely not that one. Well, I might, actually. Bikers are a cool group of people. They might actually see the artisticness in that. This box, and then there's a good total at the shop in Chesapeake, Vape Advantage. I know you would, Dabin. I know, dude. I know, Dave. I know you would drive down. I appreciate that. But you would. That drives a lot. It's wild. That'd be cool. See you at the show. Maybe sometime in the future. You never know. You could. It's not too bad then. I thought it was over 10. No, under. It's not too horrible. So, yep. We'll get to art. Still hot as fucking hell here. Yeah. So we're gonna sit here and paint more of this. Scooch over just a smidge. I'm gonna probably create this a little bit more dark. I gotta fill this in with blue here. I may turn. It's causing me a little sensory issue. I may turn this G, this O, and this G into like faint buildings. And then just do like the grass here, here, between the I, the N, and between the N and the G, and then in here, and then turn these into like mock buildings in a way. I think that would be cool. And then I got some really dark lines and some really sloppy stuff going on, so I'm gonna clean that up. And that'll be within a few lives. So, yeah. Let's do it. Let me grab the water. Let me grab the brushes. This is how crazy and manic I get. I just kind of sit on the floor and paint for 4.5 hours during a thunderstorm. And I forgot the world existed for that entire time, so, you know. Oops. Let's turn you a little bit more that way. I'm gonna put the sign up. There we go. Sign's up. Whew. Yeah. And so we'll figure out what colors we're doing. I think I'm gonna use these instead of, because this is covered in green. So I just gotta kind of use a new palette. But yeah, you know, we're getting there. I want to use. Oops, put that one on upside down. That's how off my brain is today, guys. Let's do. Gatnal grain. Or canal grain. It's a little bit more pine green than I would want. Let's see. Arbor green. That's a little better. It's actually a really pretty green. Come on, you know you want to. There you go. There's a fly in here, so if you see me wave, I'm not losing my mind on stream. I mean, I might be. Who knows? You gotta just kind of turn it. Yeah, you can still see it a little bit. I'm not like, no. I was reviewing some of my streams the other day, and I noticed that I was kind of blocking the camera a little bit. And I don't have multiple streaming angles just yet. That's the goal. It's that's the want of the channel, is to be able to have multiple viewing angles and such things. But we'll get there. This right now is amazing. I didn't think I would have this space to do my art like this. So that's pretty neat. Okay, you need to move over just a little bit. And I need to go like this. Still see? Cool. The screen is not wanting to participate very well today. Honestly, I feel that the whole vibe today. I don't know. It definitely feels like it's that it's like Friday. It definitely feels like a Friday. Yeah, kind of. It's just a weird angle for me to paint at. Are you gonna... Come on. There you go. This piece is not wanting to behave today. It's going on fine there. It's strange. Yeah, it's going on fine there. It's really strange. That'd be cool. There. It's getting there. I'm kind of tired, to be fair. Might make this a short stream and then live stream later tonight once I've kind of slept a little bit. I'm just exhausted. You know how I say that sometimes people talk about self-care and then forget to do it themselves? Right here. Right now, right here. I am not doing the things I need to do to keep myself functional sometimes. And I've realized it once I was staying up at like 4 hours till 4 in the morning. And we all need to take care of ourselves. You know, we might have somebody, you know, that has struggled with taking care of themselves. You know, whether it be like, for me, I just forget to. It's not like I don't want to or anything, you know, eating, sleeping, showering, taking care of myself. It's not that I don't want to, it's just I forget. I straight up forget. And you know, if you know someone like that in your life, just check up on them every once in a while, you know, like my wife does that for me. She helps me out quite a bit. But not everybody has that person, you know. So just be that person. Check up on your friends. Hey man, you doing all right? You taking care of yourself? Remember to, especially if you know that they're dealing with depression or something. I'm not depressed. I'm just mentally ill. But yeah, you should check up on your friends. You know. Yeah. I definitely have forgotten to do certain routines for like the last week. And kind of messing with my head a little bit. I'll work through it. It's not the first time I made a whole whoopsie. So, it's alright. We'll work through it. Build a better plan. Make better mental notes. One thing that I think that I've gotten better at is not beating myself up for forgetting to do certain things as an adult. That's a big one. You struggle with mental health and you're like, forget to shower, forget to eat, or whatever it is. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just, like I said earlier, make a mental note. Okay, I forgot. Lose my mind over here. I forgot to eat breakfast, take a shower, take out the dog, take the trash out, blah, blah, blah. Don't beat yourself up over those things. Just take a breather and do those things. The more you beat yourself up over the way that your mental health is, the worse your mental health is going to get. Seems like a no-brainer, but when you're in that struggle, it's not always so clear. At least for me, it wasn't. I might be a big dum-dum, so who knows. Oops, wrong one. It's all you can do, just sit a part of being human. It is 100% being a part of being human. People, look, Eris, me, may not have the same struggles as Missy, and Missy may not have the same struggles as Dab and Dave. But we all understand it. We all get it. We can all empathize, And that's the thing, I think. That was my fault. That's the thing. I don't think that people they hear it enough, 100%, but I don't think it registers to some people that we all kind of go through it in one way, shape, or form. Like I said, person A's depression might not match person C's depression, but they can both understand each other's depression. All right. I think there's a lot of lack of empathy in today's society, because everybody has a camera in front of their face, but nobody's candid anymore. It's all just fake. It's very, I'm happy, I'm financially stable, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. But they're not that. Most Instagram creators and stuff, you can rent a Lamborghini in Virginia Beach to take photos for $300. They wheel it on a crate, drop it in your driveway, you take a couple pictures for an hour, pay $300, and they leave. It's easy to, let me put this down before I snap it in half. It's easy to portray yourself online as well-being, mentally healthy, financially healthy, super great relationship. I have no struggles at all type of portrayal. But they're not, and they're losing their minds behind the cameras. They'll go off on, racist rants, or they'll say something super horrible, because they only capture what they want under that microscope vision of a camera. They're not as candid as I am, because I like being honest and raw with people. I do. I don't think that me being like, no, man, depression isn't. No. When I struggle with the same thing, I don't think that that's going to help anybody. I don't. Devin Dave says it's $189 a day for a Ferrari in Vegas to rent it. $189 a day. You see all these creators with Ferraris, and I guarantee you, they're all rented. I drive off. It literally is just a piece of shit. I mean, I'm not flexing a Range Rover or anything like that. Like, no. My dream car is a 2008 Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive. That's it. I don't want a Ferrari. I don't want a Lamborghini. You will never see me around those cars unless it's at like a car show or something. But they will never be mine. I have 2 motorcycles, but it's to me it's more of being the candid, raw, truthful. Maybe that'll help somebody, instead of being fake, happy, whatever, and just be more brain rot to society. I don't want to contribute that way. I want to contribute this way. I want to contribute this way. I want to contribute this way. Exactly. Missy says, hence why you should never always believe what you see on social media and the internet. That's why I try to do lives, man. I try to do lives because, look, I'm a dumb when it comes to computers and stuff. Like, I'm again brutally honest. I know how to turn this thing on, turn it off, turn this thing on, turn it off. That's about it. It took me 14 hours of YouTube tutorials to figure out how to function with OBS, and I still crash it all the time. There's stuff that I just do, and it just fails. Exactly. Missy also says, you're not a clout chaser and not flaunting fake things for attention. That's the main issue with so many people doing rage baiting and positive or negatives, because they love the attention. Yeah. If you know me in real life, I am a huge recluse. I don't like people. A huge recluse. It wasn't even my idea to do lives. It was my therapist's. I was completely happy with doing shorts. But my therapist was like, hey, you should do lives because maybe that'll help you with like your social anxiety. Yeah, sure, it's digital, but when you do art shows, like when I do art shows, I'm wearing I'm wearing my glasses. I'm very overstimulated. I'm very overwhelmed. I'm very out of my niche, and there's a bunch of people around. I am not doing well. Hence, you won't see me at movie theaters. You won't see me in big crowds unless I'm doing art, because it's just it's my niche. I'm able to be a little bit more comfortable if there's if you guys don't know, if you guys are just tuning into either the channel or the stream, I have autism. I have a whole bunch of mental disorders. It doesn't end at autism. And my big peak niche, whatever the words are, I'm a 90s baby, so I don't know all the lingo. I just know my diagnosis, and I don't use it as a characteristic. The special interests. My special interest is art and motorcycles. That's it. That's it. Those are my two main fascinations, where I will spend 99% of my time is art, if you can't tell, and motorcycles. So if I'm around those two things, I'm fine. If I'm not, I am not okay. So you'll see me at like art shows or like car shows or motorcycle shows, but I'm still kind of not doing okay there. But I'll do it more than just going out to go out. I do that quite rarely too. But yeah, I don't clout chase. I don't think that me being fake influential is going to help anybody. Dubby Dave's like, I don't go out either. Fuck outside. No, I mean, dude, touch some grass. I mean, holy shit. Like, 100% go out, touch some grass. Like I said, I like to do motorcycles, and I like being outside, but I don't like people. The farther I am away from people, the better I am. I'll go on to nature parks and nature trails, and I do all that, but I don't go to movie theaters. Well, yeah, but people suck. Yeah. Yeah, I don't. The less people I can be around, the better I will do. Smoke if you got them. There's only so much I could do on stream on camera before YouTube takes a shit. Missy says, I also get socially exhausted. Yeah, I think it's easier nowadays to get socially exhausted because of all the stimuli. There's billboards, and there's phones, and there's radio, and there's media, and there's music. Everything is going off all of the time. And I was watching I'm subscribed to David Cho. If you know who that is, fantastic. If you don't know who that is, he is the highest grossing artist in the world, I think, of all time. He is also superbly mentally ill, just like me. Fantastic. He does the same thing that I do. I base my style over what he does. He literally just paints and talks, and is just candid behind the camera, and he talks about his struggles and his mental health, and he doesn't have a buffer. And I was like, wow, that's really vulnerable to be able to be like, I struggle with this, but this helps me, so maybe this will help you too. God, it's so hot in here. And I was like, well, if I'm gonna do live streams and be, around with people, even digitally, I want to be able to do something like that. So I've been subscribed to him forever, but I've watched more of his videos recently, just on repeat, just trying to get models and ideas. And he recently did a video where he talked about his childhood trauma. He has a lot of childhood trauma. I'll link that video in the description to give him credit. I won't ruin it. But he got really, really emotional on stream. And I don't think, how do I put this? I don't think that is the wrong way of doing it. I think that more people need to be more vulnerable when doing art, or when talking about art, or when talking about mental illness, because mental illness is fucking bumpy, guys. It's bumpy. Like, I'm not going to talk about it on YouTube. I would talk about it more in a setting where I'm not going to get flagged, because YouTube has tricky, finicky issues when it comes to talking about certain issues with mental health. I have struggled with, this is even hard for me to say. I have struggled with self-harm and self-deletion ideas since I was 9 years old. 9. If I can help one person who has felt that way, the same way, since they were as young as that, then I have done my job as the person I am right now. I think that more people are trying to put masks on and say that they're okay when they're not okay, and I want to be that voice for somebody to be like, hey, I'm not okay too 93% of the time. I struggle with a lot behind the camera. I'm getting more used to being in front of the camera. As you notice that I'm not looking at the camera, because it still gives me a little bit of an anxiety twist. And I'm trying to get better at talking about what I struggle with on camera. That's kind of how I met you, sir. It is how I met you. Dab and Dave met me through a chat group. I'll leave it at that. A chat group during a pretty tough time in my life. And the reason he's a moderator is because he's actually a friend in real life. And he's helped me through a lot. He's he's helped me out. He met me during a pretty rough time in my life. I was actively involved in self-harm. And, he'd check in every day. And like, look, he was probably struggling with a whole bunch of stuff too. I know he has a pretty struggle time. I'm not going to put it out on everybody's plate. It's not my business to talk about, but I know that he struggles with a bunch of stuff too. The fact that he took the time, even if it was just 5 seconds, to send a text of, "Hey buddy, how you doing today?" kept me from doing anything crazy. I challenge anybody that watches this video to be the same push for someone else that Dave was for me in their time of duress. I guarantee you half of them are going to fail. It's not easy. Can't just be like, "Oh, hey, be better." The thing in our world lacks empathy. Not everybody has empathy, especially with that fake, toxic, look at me, narcissistic behaviors. I saved my wife through the same action Dave did for me. Just talking. Now, what would happen if a chain of people did that action? How many people's days, not even days, how many people's lives would be just changed? Because if I would have quit, let's say 6 years ago, there would be no that, there would be no that, there would be no this, there would be no this, there would be no everything else, everything that I've gotten in the last 2 years. That wouldn't have happened. I would have quit. And that wouldn't have happened. I challenge everybody, I'm going to leave it this. I challenge everybody watching this or everybody that watches this to be that change in somebody else's life. Help them through it. And maybe that chain will loop around and come back at you in the most positive, awesome way. Did for me. Did for my wife. Did for Dave. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. It's hot as hell in this garage, guys. I'm going to let it cool off a bit, and I will stream later, and we'll paint more. Yeah. All right, guys, take care. Bye.